Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining this special presentation. And as promised, it is going to be a very special presentation. My name is Sanjeev Virk, #1 best-selling author on Amazon. But much more than that, I'm a messenger. And today I got an extremely great message that's going to change your life potentially if you listen and if you take some action here, okay? So that being said, I'm going to quickly lead in here because we got Clayton Thomas on the presentation here. And the slide says, who is Clayton Thomas? So the mystery man, Clayton Thomas, I'm going to let you go ahead and lead and tell everybody who you are. And let's go from there, buddy.
Well, that's a loaded question, isn't it?
It's a very loaded question.
The one thing I'm not is an Amazon best-selling author. So you got me beat on that.
There you go. Well, what you are, and I'm going to tell you everybody here, Clayton is actually the co-founder and the formulator behind the Root brand here, okay? So that's just kind of to let you know, but much more than that. So Clayton, go ahead, brother.
Well, I'll correct you on one part, so
okay.
I'm very, very fortunate to be married to the most amazing woman on the planet, and she is the formulator. But the rest of it was the vision that I got to put together. So, I have a unique and diverse background, right? We are all just a compilation of our life experiences. And my life experiences led me down an interesting path because I grew up in a veterinary practice. I've been around animal and human medicine honestly my entire life. I was really provided a unique opportunity in that of studying, the benefits of nutrition and diet and the importance of supplementation,
right,
to improve quality of life in animals, but growing up in that space, also, having conversations with my mom and dad on almost a daily basis about, human nutrition and wellness and how to maintain that. I started taking supplements when I was like 8 years old. And my dad banned me from being a doctor when I was 12 years old. And that led to an interesting path, right, of growing up around wellness and medicine, but being told by my father that I needed to figure out what worked for me. And going through college, as an athlete and graduating with a degree in humanities with a focus in business communications and kinesiology, the science has always intrigued me. And so I've always had a focus on wellness. My entire focus, all we need to put in, whether it's diet, lifestyle, exercise, supplements, superfoods, whatever we want to talk about.
Yep.
I started because of an introduction of a product that was just coming to market, and which was the first zeolite solution introduced. It changed my perspective. Instead of looking at what we can add, it really clicked with me that wellness really comes down to one simple thing and one simple equation. It's just addition by subtraction, right? And you've got to get the bad stuff out because it's these toxins, these pollutants, these environmental pollutants, these viruses, which have become more prevalent now than ever.
You're right, 100%.
That are causing the problems. And we over this last 16 years, I've had an interesting journey of, working as a distributor, working as a consultant, as a formulator, as a manufacturer. And when I was introduced to my wife 6 years ago, she has a PhD, an EDD, a master's in science, I believe a PsyD. She's got postdoc at Harvard in nanotechnology and bioscience engineering, additional postdoc work at Cornell. And she's been all over biotech and pharma in her career, from Pfizer. She helped launch Zoloft and Viagra, but she's worked at Alexion, Biogen, IDEC, Johnson & Johnson, UCB, some of the largest pharmaceutical and biotech companies in the world. So she has a unique history. But she had cancer 4 times, had Lyme disease, lost one of her first kids to cancer. Our 3rd oldest child had cancer when he was 2. But in creation of these formulas and products, we had to create a model. And that's where Root was born from.
Okay. So that's very, very, I mean, the background of yourself and the background of your wife, Christina, that's just incredible. I mean, what you guys have been through, what she's overcome, and just this journey up till now. And, what the future is going to hold is just going to be more incredible. I can just see it. So thank you for sharing that, Clayton. And, to everybody here listening, this is just some incredible stuff we're going to be talking about here today throughout this presentation. So if you really listen and you kind of take that effort to really comprehend what we're saying and then take action, I can guarantee you your life will change. So, that being said, let's kind of get into this. Clayton, so I got a thing written down here. It says the promise, okay? So what I want you to kind of make one promise here to everybody that's listening. By the end of this presentation, if you had to make one bold promise, in any aspect, what would you say to the people that are listening today that they're going to listen to what we're going to be talking about? What kind of a promise can they walk away with here by the end of this?
You'll be entertained.
I love it.
But I think here's the promise that we can provide, that if you choose to enhance your health and happiness, the approaches that we're going to discuss will do some things that you've never imagined are possible, because what we're doing and what we've done has never been done before.
Exactly.
And that's the promise, I think. And what we do, I think the more important promise, I'll give you 3 of them, right? The most important promise is what we've done will not be compromised. Okay. And I think that's such an important component of working with products, that you have the collaboration, or I guess you can say ownership or management, that is uncompromising in their approach and their ethics when it comes to products, because there's so many great products that are introduced to the market. But as those products start to gain prominence, that many companies in the search of improving their profit margins, will adulterate the formulas in order to make more money. And because of my wife's background, my background, and what our true vision, mission, and purpose is, money's not the motivator. So we are honestly uncompromising in our product approach, and we see that in the outcomes. So that's the key.
All right, brother, that's awesome. So, that being said, we're going to quickly move on. And moving on, so, it says here, stick around till the end. There's an opportunity, and I'm going to just quickly explain what that means. So to people that basically, you watch this whole presentation we're doing, stick around to the end. In the end, we're going to go over real quick as to an opportunity that you can have to get involved with us. And that really comes down to, first of all, you're going to try the product. It's going to change your life. You're going to love the product. And what do people naturally do when they try products that they love and things that are working in their life? They start talking about it. They talk to their friends. They talk to their relatives. That brings up an opportunity for you guys to really get rewarded for sharing and, really caring as well. And that we'll talk about a little bit later on here. Okay. So that being said, here's a little bit of here's my 2 cents on what these products that we're going to talk about is. Really what it comes down to for me is how to remove toxins and feel happy without using drugs. Okay. And, it's much, much more than that. But if I had to really simplify it to layman's terms, to just really dumb it down, that's what it is. And, and it is more than that. But so here's the two products right here. One product is Clean Slate, which is just both of these products are just incredible. Okay, the second product is Zero In. So we're gonna go one by one. So let's start with the first product right here. We got Clean Slate. So Clayton, go into Clean Slate and without going too technical, I know that's gonna be hard, but what is Clean Slate, brother?
Yeah, we'll keep it really, really simple. So
Yeah.
clean slate, and you can spend some time on our YouTube channel, on the Root Brand YouTube channel, and you can geek
Yeah.
out as much as you want, because there's over 50 or so hours of content, and that will allow you to dive as deep as you want or need to, and really honestly get a PhD level education on environmental toxicology and some of the products, but it's really not needed. Here's what you need to know.
Yeah.
You're polluted. We're all polluted. We're
Yep.
polluted from the time we're conceived. But in every aspect of life, we know, depending upon your perspective, that God provides, right? And that like cures like. That in nature, you will have a problem, but there's usually a solution very close by. And with that philosophy is what creates Clean Slate. That Clean Slate is derived from a volcanic crystal called clinoptilolite, which is a class of zeolite. These are like bentonite, mordanite, quartz is a zeolite. People are familiar with asbestos and quartz, but clinoptilolite is the most unique and most powerful of the group, and it is a natural sieve and binder of toxins, heavy metals, glyphosate, which people know as Roundup, mold spores, bacterial biotoxins, viral particles. It's very, very unique. And its formation is what makes it so special, because it's born from volcanic eruption that happened millions and millions of years ago. And with volcanic eruptions, and we still see this today in Hawaii when Kilauea erupts, is that there is an emission of lava and ash and gases and toxins. Well, when the planet was being terraformed through volcanic eruptions, if nature didn't have a solution to those problems, the gases, the toxins that are emitted from those volcanic eruptions, life would not be supported. So in that same process, these crystals and different clays were created to really mediate the process. And then over history, these crystals have been figured out by different cultures on how it can be used. The Romans, and as we just learned back in October of 2020, the Mayans were using this crystal to filter their water systems to make sure that their water was drinkable and palatable. And what's funny is this same crystal is used in municipal water filtration systems today. It makes up kaopectate. It's been used in so many different areas because it's very unique. It has the ability to act as like a three-dimensional honeycomb cage structure that is negatively charged, that acts like a sieve to filter and trap and bind toxins. What Clean Slate is a very advanced process that basically breaks apart that honeycomb cage structure into much smaller fragments that are permeable across membranes, and also releases a lot of the bioavailable silica that is part of the cage structure. And silica is a primary building block for the body, and we don't get enough of it. And this crystal just so happens to be the best natural source of bioavailable silica. So Clean Slate is really, really unique. There is no competition for it, but it does a couple things really, really well. It allows your body to start to effectively flush out heavy metals, other environmental toxins. but it also starts to feed your cells with what, or feed your body with that bioavailable silica, so it can start to regenerate.
Right.
And one of the things that people see a lot of is your hair, your nails, your skin start to regenerate or start to look amazing. And who doesn't want great hair? Who doesn't want great nails? And who doesn't want their skin to look good? But that process also takes place internally, right? So
Right.
here's the simple premise.
Yeah.
If you can remove the cause of a problem,
Yeah.
you won't have symptoms of that problem. That's the whole premise of clean slate, quite simply. Remove the bad stuff, let good things happen.
Very good, man. Makes sense. So basically, just to kind of break it down, the structure of this mineral is like a cage-like substance where you said that it has a positive charge. Sorry, it has a negative charge or a positive charge?
So it naturally has a negative charge, and most
Okay.
heavy metals and toxins are often positively charged. So they're
Right.
attracted to those binding sites. There are a couple instances of, say, hexavalent chromium, and you might be familiar with that because of watching the movie Aaron Brockovich. And hexavalent chromium is actually negatively charged, but because of the process that we do to fracture this honeycomb, we also create positively charged binding sites. So it's unique that you have the natural negatively charged binding sites, but there are also some positively charged sites that can also remove and trap some of the negatively charged toxins, which there are a few of.
Right. Okay. So basically, it entraps it within itself. And how does it get flushed out of the body? I'm assuming through urine and through sweat.
Yep,
Yeah.
mostly urine, as it's processed through your kidneys and through your liver, and then you
Right.
pee it out. And
Okay.
here's the fun part with this, and this is one of the most valuable components,
Yeah.
because your kidneys and your liver are filters.
Yep.
And one of the really unique components that Clean Slate does is it doesn't just filter through your kidneys and liver. It will actually physically detoxify your kidneys and liver. So think of like a car in having an oil filter and a fuel filter.
Right.
But in our bodies, you can't exchange those, right?
Okay.
They just get burdened over time, depending upon the pollutants and chemicals that you're exposed to, and maybe more stuff that you put in your body.
Right.
And over time, those build up and you start to see symptoms of being burdened. Well, we can decrease, and if you go to our YouTube channel, you can actually see a couple case studies of this with like non-alcoholic fatty liver.
Right.
But we can physically detoxify the tissue to take those burdened organs, those toxic organs, back to healthy organs, so your kidney and liver function can improve, and many good things happen when that takes place.
So when you see stuff like this happening, Clayton, how long of a period, like usually, are you seeing something like this? Does it start reacting? Your body starts reacting right away, or does it take some time? Because I know I'm on. Yep.
Yep. No, keep going.
Yeah, so I'm on the product. It's been a few weeks for me, and I feel incredible. I'm getting just these like energy bursts. I'm getting these. I'm also detoxing myself, and my form of detox is not like it's like where I'm having all these negative effects. I'm actually getting energized, and I'm feeling much better. Some people maybe everybody detoxifies differently, but I'm not getting that with other detoxification products I've taken in the past, where it kind of releases the stuff into the body and it doesn't, there's not really a way of getting it out, and it just kind of recycles back into the blood, and you start feeling worse, right? So I'm noticing I'm not having that type of an effect with this product. Why is that?
Well, it goes to the point that you hit on, that you have these cages. So it's much like, as one of my colleagues has used a phenomenal analogy, a garbage truck, right?
Ah,
If you have a whole bunch of garbage trucks that come into your neighborhood, they pick up the garbage cans, on
right.
a couple days a week, and they take the garbage cans, they take all the garbage, they dump it in the garbage truck, and they drive off and take it to the dump.
Okay.
The alternative, like you said, is people just throwing trash out in the street and saying,
Yeah.
oh, well, we need to deal with this. And, you know, maybe somebody will come pick it up, but it creates chaos in a neighborhood.
Okay.
And this, because of the mechanism, because this little cage traps that stuff and allows it to be passively removed, that's what creates the results that you're talking about. And I mean, honestly, you've had some of the most amazing testimonials personally, and which I don't think we'll share them because people would freak out. But
yeah, you know that. I mean, one day I will share them. But yeah, I know, I totally get what you're saying, because the difference is other products, they pull stuff out of your tissues and really deep, and it'll just dump it back into your into your blood. And what happens is if you're not if you're constipated or you have other problems, it's just recycling back and getting you more toxic. Whereas this will actually encage it. You're no longer, it's no longer what it is. It's trapped, and you're not going to feel the effects of it anymore. So I totally understand what you're saying here, and that's the main difference between this product and every other product out there that claims to detoxify. Another thing here, so I wrote down 3 secrets. So just off the top of your head, it doesn't have to go crazy. You know, if somebody were to say, hey, well, what are 3 secrets of this product? You know, well, what would you say here, Clayton?
It's more simple than you've ever imagined.
Okay.
It's the most effective approach you're going to find.
Okay.
And it really is that easy to get well.
Okay. Thank you.
And
perfect.
And if you really want to understand, if you're watching this video, send Sanjeev a private message and ask him what his real experiences are. And you will, 1, laugh like crazy, and 2, you'll go,
wow,
that is insane.
Yeah, no worries. You guys can reach out to me privately, and I will do a free consultation, and I'll let you know what happened. But okay, so that's awesome. So that's the first product. Okay, we got 2 products we're gonna be talking about, and now I'm on a page called Testimonials. Really, without making any claims here, and these are just testimonials. And you've got testimonials by the thousands on this product. Any few testimonials. And before we go into that, guys, if you really want to go deeper, there's the Root Brand YouTube channel. Go to that channel. There's videos up there, and there's testimonial videos in there, so you can go really deep. And people come on there, and regular people like you and I, and they come and talk about their experience. And it's really, really incredible. Second, we have a Facebook group. Join the Facebook group, join the community, start talking to people, and you will see the incredible results people are having on the daily. And the third thing is, once you become a customer, reach out to me, and I'll get you in a special WhatsApp group where you can have you're gonna have the most support that you ever had with any other company. And this is not just from Clayton directly, not from myself directly, but from the community and the people that are using this product. They're there to support you, and you will become a supporter yourself down the road. And I'm very confident and sure of that. So that being said, a couple of testimonials, if you want to share, Clayton, that come off the top of your head, you let us know. What are some things that people have really seen and observed with this product?
Your testimonial is one of the funniest ever. So, but
yeah, my testimonial is if you really want me to go into it, I can go into it. But maybe
we'll save that one. It's too precious. That one's earned, to be, and this is actually one of the favorite parts of my mornings, and like you touched on, of having people document just daily, what's happening to them.
Right.
But I mean, I usually talk about, from autism to Alzheimer's, because everybody talks about their issues, and the cause. And this is so crucial, and it's hard for me to pick a couple testimonials, but I'll make it really simple, because it doesn't matter if you're listening to this and you're like, I'm trying to get well, or I'm trying to find some things that can help me with a few issues. Understand this. 1, you are not your disease. The titles and the diagnosis that you've been provided by your practitioner are not you. It is not what you have. You're just freaking polluted. So if you can remove that, then you'll see what happens. So some of my favorite testimonials or I outcomes and case studies really come from kids and
Oh,
come
really?
from the parents of kids. And when you have, kids that have been diagnosed with autism, that have been
Yeah.
nonverbal, since they, usually about 2 when they tip. But you hear from parents that, my child is 4 years old, he's been nonverbal and now he's talking. Or my
Wow.
teenager is now engaged and they're communicating and they're doing things that they've never done before. And then
Yeah.
you go to the other end of the spectrum and you have, family members of 80-year-olds now that, are maybe dealing with Parkinson's or dementia, and
Right.
they're no longer shaking and they're communicating clearly and they're becoming more engaged and all of the stuff in between, because it all correlates to the same stuff. But when you have people that are dealing with truly debilitating issues that all pertain to just being polluted, and you
Right.
start to remove those pollutants,
Yeah.
and then you get to hear from people how these changes are really enhancing their life.
Hmm.
It's honestly what we live for, right? And that,
Right.
as you've alluded to a couple times, there's 2 things. One, community is everything.
Right.
And being connected with people is so crucial, whether it's through social media or in person. And
Yeah.
we've had such a preponderance of, creating connections through social media because of the intriguing circumstances that we've had over the, the last year or so.
Yeah.
But the community portion is so crucial. Is you have the ability to join a community of people that are all like-minded in their approach of wanting to feel and function better than they've ever imagined, and help people do the same.
Yeah.
And the beauty is just based on that approach. And
Yeah.
if you get results for yourself, one of 2 things is going to happen. People around you are going to ask you what you're doing because you're going to be different,
Yeah.
or you are going to tell people, you got to try this stuff because this is amazing what's happening to me.
Yes.
And so testimonials are the best thing. I really love science, so we have
Yeah.
lots of labs and lots of clinical data, but I'm not going to dive into all of that. But know that it's there.
Exactly.
And yeah, so
Know that
that's
it's there,
it's the beauty.
and for the people that really do want to dive deeper, like even myself, when I initially started with this product, I did want to dive deeper, and I did look into this product, and I was just blown away. And I came in, and and it's changed my life, and I'm actively here, really promoting and getting the message across because I want to change as many people's lives as I possibly can. And this is not just a sales whatever. This truly is a message that I want to get out there. Everything else comes along after the fact, but my initial goal here and my initial, just is to get the message out there, and that's what we're doing here on the daily, really, and that's what we want. We want you guys to be success stories, just like everybody else here. Okay, so
Yeah, and
good. So
success comes from your improvements in your health and happiness.
right,
You won't hear a pitch about money and a business opportunity and all of that stuff. It's just a matter of
right.
if you're able to create outcomes and you do good for people, good things will happen. And
Yeah.
we've taken a really simple approach to rewarding people for doing that, which we'll hit on.
Yeah, we will hit on that. So, before we do, so let's go into the second product. Okay, the second product is a product called Zero In. Yeah, and so Zero In, I mean, Zero In, basically, I've got written down here: focus, mental clarity, dopamine, no more brain fog. But it's not, these are just a few of the things. But I mean, the how this really works, this product, Clayton, I want you to get into it a little bit, and we'll talk about each one of these 4 factors here.
Well, and this, honestly, in my, what am I going on, 35 years of taking supplements and different minerals and vitamins and sports performance products, Zero In is the most unique
Right.
of anything I've ever taken. it's the greatest pill I've ever had. And, you know, and you'll probably be able to link your video to this. It's the first time in my life, and I've never done any, what would you say? Well, drugs, recreational drugs and such.
Right.
And performance enhancing drugs. Never used steroids. I wasn't allowed to use steroids in college, you know, to improve our performance. And
right.
But I've never, with all of the stuff I've done, all of the products I've used and shared and talked with friends and tried different things and try to improve performance or cognitive function. And you look at nootropics now and all these different things. I've never had anybody come back to me and go, this stuff is better than cocaine. Is this addictive? And, you know, that's it. And it was really, really interesting when I had not just one person bring that up, but I had multiple people bring it up. And they're like, hold on, you have to understand how this is making me feel. I'm like, well, yeah, it's a matter of function because of how this product is designed, but I've never had anyone bring that topic up before.
Yeah.
And it speaks to design, like I was touching on. We are uncompromising in our approach. And having my wife's background with Christina's approach from biotech, that if you take a pharmaceutical or a biotech design process with nutraceuticals, you can create outcomes that you typically expect from drugs. And that could be pharmaceuticals, and sometimes, you know, it's other drugs.
Right.
So Zero In is really unique. And we designed it with the focus on improving mood, mental clarity, focus, with some intention to improve sexual performance because of needs. And the benefits are much beyond even what we had conceived, because what we had the intention of doing, of using the highest quality ingredients and making sure that we can create the pathways of feeding the gut what it needs to produce the most amazing neurotransmitters we need, dopamine and serotonin. But what we have found, and this goes back to having a community, having feedback, is this is the greatest adaptogen that's probably ever come to the market. And during the day, it'll help you relax, it'll balance your mood, it helps you focus, you get razor sharp focus. Women find that they're able to multitask more effectively, that they're more relaxed when they do it. They honestly, men and women, you just dominate tasks. If you want to get stuff done, whether you're an athlete and you're training, or if you're a mom and you're at home and you've got 37 things to do every day, you crush it. Or if you're an executive and you know that your cognitive function needs to be on absolute point because, you know, everything needs to get done, you have your brain functioning at a level of which is unfamiliar. And I mean, I've had multiple people come back and say, you created the limitless pill. And it's very much like that, but it's different because during the day you have this amazing focus, this mental clarity, but at night your body shifts, and instead of producing more dopamine and a little serotonin, it starts to produce more serotonin than dopamine, and that serotonin goes to your pineal gland, which is decalcified by using clean slate.
That's right.
And it produces melatonin, which helps you sleep. So it's really, really unique, and it's a great anti-inflammatory because of the components. It's loaded with some amazing ingredients that I think are more important now over the last year than ever. But it's also regenerative to the gut and the microbiome of your gut, which is science is showing right now is extremely important. So
Yeah.
It's well more than what we talk about, right? It's not just mental focus, clarity, cognitive function. It's you're going to function at a level of which you've only really dreamed of, and most people have never even dreamed of performing like this. Here's the greatest part: it's banned substance free. Because of the results we've had in athletes. I had a couple NFL players and an NFL offensive coordinator come back to me and say, look, one, is this addictive? Because I've never taken anything that makes you feel this good. But is this illegal?
Okay.
Because there's nothing natural that can do what this is doing.
And so what's the answer to both of those? Is it number one addictive and number two illegal? So yeah, obviously it's not illegal.
And it's banned substance free. We've worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like unlike anything you've ever taken, and you can use them recreationally. Usually we recommend taking one or two a couple times a day, but if you know the power of dopamine and serotonin, and you want to go out with your friends and feel absolutely amazing, it's a great thing to take with you.
Yeah, so just to clear it up here, number one, it is not anything. It is not addictive. So if you stop taking it, it's not like you're going to be having those same withdrawal effects that you would have with these recreational things. So that's very good to clear up here. The other thing, it is all natural products. You use the term adaptogen. Can you just really define what an adaptogen is?
Yeah, so an adaptogen is really an ingredient or a product that is going to be adjusted based on the body's needs, and it can do different things. And this is the important part of how Zero N functions, is you can think of it like giving an amazing recipe with phenomenal ingredients to a great chef. And that chef, depending upon what's needed at the time, could produce an amazing cake. They might do something else with it. But if you have the highest quality ingredients and the right combination, that chef can do different things. So and it's what happens in your gut. Your gut and your body is going to dictate how much and what it wants to do with what you're taking. And because of how it's formulated, like you said, what's so crucial with this is there's no jitters, there's no crash, there's no come down. You're just smooth. And that's
it's one of those too good to be true type of things, but it is true. And a lot of people are, giving back their results and their testimonials, and they're in love with this product, and it's really getting them to really 10x. 10x is a very buzzword these days, but it's actually getting them to 10x their productivity in whatever work they're doing on a daily basis, their tasks and whatever else they're accomplishing. And this is something that's literally a 10x type of a product here. So it's incredible, man.
It's important because it's not just one, right? When we talk about Clean Slate and we talk about Zero N, we talk about them together, right? It's not don't do one or the other. They're meant to be taken in collaboration because of the gut-brain connection. And I think Elon has become much more prominent in the public because of the rise of Tesla. But Elon Musk talks about, his desire to really biohack and, have his brain functioning really optimally every day. And he's not able to do what we're doing. Because we're not just feeding the body with some components, which is what you see with all the other nootropics and all these other supplements trying to enhance your performance or your mood or your cognitive function. We're actually detoxifying your system, removing the causes of problems. Could be addiction, could be health issues, could be inhibitors to cognitive function. And then we're also feeding your body with a very strategic formula that allows your gut to do things that it normally doesn't do. I mean, you now have the ability to create dopamine and serotonin on demand in
Right.
the amounts that you really desire legally. It's
Yeah,
never been
exactly.
done before.
Now, when it comes to like some people might be worried, okay, well, if this gets into the hands of some younger, younger people, some kids or anything like that, is this something that can, be like devastating in terms of if they take this product like by accident or whatever? Like, are there any negative effects in that manner?
No negatives, but I'll tell you, we have 8-year-olds that are crushing it at school.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
there
when you
are
have 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 15-year-olds,
yeah,
I mean, if you're a parent,
yeah.
is it a bad thing to have your kids more focused and relaxed and more productive? I'm going to say no.
That's right. So these, I mean, at the end of the day, because these are all natural ingredients, there's no danger to this stuff. You know, it's just something that's really, really incredibly formulated. The way it all comes together and synchronizes, and the way it works, just in repairing that gut, which ultimately, like you said, has a connection with the brain, and that's what gets it all going. This is really a truly, people talk about holistic healing, holistic this, holistic that. There's nothing more holistic when these two products are combined, and it's without us even having to say, the testimonials are there. People are daily, every single day, there are new testimonials coming in, and people are having great, just having great, um, whatever you want to call it, like having remarkable miracles. That's why, I say, with this product, expect miracles. That's my tagline there, man. I say expect it. Some people, when they're just kind of when they have no hope in certain things, that they see no light at the end of the tunnel, with this product there is that light at the end of the tunnel. And just know that you're in the right place, and please dig further and look into the stuff and try it, bottom line.
Yeah, the way that we kind of take the approach is it's just better living through biochemistry, right?
Right.
So it's not that it's a miracle. We are the miracle.
Okay.
It's a matter of giving your body, this amazing energetic spiritual temple that we have,
Right.
the ability to do what it's capable of doing,
Right.
because we've become so inhibited,
Right.
through heavy metals and fluoride and glyphosate and all of this stuff that we're exposed to, that decreases our overall function, causes dis-ease, causes,
Right.
addictions, other problems. If you remove those inhibitions, or if you
Yeah.
remove those blocks, energy starts to flow.
Yeah.
Your organs start to function better. Mitochondria start working more effectively. So you start producing more energy, and energy is the
Right.
ability to do work. So
Yeah.
it's the beautiful, simple aspects of doing it right. And
Right.
that's what's really crucial, which goes back to my promise, right?
Mhm.
Is if you do this, you will have different experiences. And
Right.
as you mentioned, this is not something that we're just blowing smoke.
Right.
You're here, we're having this conversation because of your results, right?
Exactly.
This wasn't you getting pitched on something and saying, hey, this is the greatest business opportunity ever. If we sell
Right.
some shit, we're going to make some money. No.
Yeah.
And if you're a music fan and
Yeah.
you've watched the Eagles anthology, right, which is a phenomenal documentary going through their entire history.
Right.
And right in the beginning, I think it was Glenn Fry that says that as he was getting in their limo after
Right.
one of their first shows, and they're recording this, and he
Mhm.
says, you know what? I don't know if we're going to do this for a long time, or if this will be short lived, but there's one thing that I'll tell you: shit don't float. And it's such a profound statement, right? Because
Right.
if you don't produce quality and you
Yeah.
don't generate outcomes or experiences, no one's going to want what you have. If you make terrible music, you're not going to be around very long. If you open a restaurant and you have terrible food, you're not going to be around very long. The same thing goes on our side. If we produce terrible products and we try to hype it, not going to be around very long.
Exactly.
And outcomes speak for themselves.
Exactly. And that's why we're very confident and we know, right? So, I mean, you know, that being said, you know, Clayton, I'm going to come back to one, you know, I want to come back to glyphosate actually. And if you can quickly break down, so if, you know, we didn't mention glyphosate and how Clean Slate does remove that. So I'm actually very curious to know, is that the same method? So is glyphosate also a a positive charge as well? And that's how the same manner that is getting alleviated out of the body?
Correct.
Okay.
Which, and you start doing your research, like that's actually a really big deal.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's what's, I personally think that's the number one, you know, problem right now with everybody that's eating, you know, I mean, no matter, you can't get away from it at the end of the day. 90% of your diet, doesn't matter what you're eating, even if you're eating organic these days, because the way that, you know, it kind of spills over into the land, even if you got like, you know, land that's organic and free, but you know, even a mile down the road, if they're spraying the stuff, wind will catch it and it'll you know, it'll take it down to the soil that is, you know, that we think has not been tampered with, but it will go ahead. That's how the stuff works, right? I mean, it's just crazy.
And glyphosate, from its introduction in 1974, 95% of all the farmland and grassland in the United States is loaded with it. The water tables are loaded with it. So like you mentioned, it doesn't matter if you eat organic. You know, the farmland that those crops are being grown on are already loaded with glyphosate. They don't have to spray more on it. It's in the water, it's in the soil. You can't get away from this stuff. And like you hit on, it's one of the biggest issues, but it's one of the biggest issues not on a standalone basis, but because of our exposure from being in the womb to other environmental toxins and heavy metals. And then you combine all of that with the glyphosate and such. It's a no-win situation, and it doesn't leave. You can't get this stuff out of your body without doing something to physically remove it. You know, so you can't say, oh, well, I'm just going to eat right and I'm going to exercise and I'm going to do some juicing. No, that's not going to cut it. You have to grab this stuff. And like you mentioned, doing other protocols, you know, whether you're juicing or you're doing fasting or you're exercising to burn a bunch of fat or you're changing your diet to go keto or, you know, all these different approaches, which those have benefits. Clean Slate and Zero In are complementary to all of those lifestyle changes. And it's a lot like being like BASF. I don't know if you remember the commercials for BASF back in the day, but they would talk about, oh, well, we don't make hi-fi speakers or we don't make these things. We make these things better. And that's really the foundation of what Clean Slate and Zero In do. On their own, they're amazing. But what they will really do is make your life and everything else you do better.
Okay, man. Perfect. So same thing. You know, you did the top 3 secrets with the Clean Slate product. Just off the top of your head, I mean, we already covered so much, but let's just recap anyways. You know, one sentence says here, top 3 secrets. What are the top 3 things that you would talk about? If you had somebody ask you, what are the top 3 secrets of this product? What would you say?
Dopamine and serotonin on demand. Sleep like you've never imagined. And to be able to perform and enjoy life like you've only dreamed of.
Wow. That's awesome. So, and you know, and another thing is, man, so testimonials with this same thing, with this product, you're going to find all the testimonials. Go go to our YouTube channel, go to the Root Brand YouTube channel, go to look up the Root Brand Facebook group. Okay, there's a few out there. I think there's one main one, which is, where the community really resides, but you'll find a few set-offs as well, I believe. And once you're in, I'll get you into the WhatsApp group, and you'll be getting daily testimonials. So, and that's why I'm going to leave that at that. As far as testimonials, I'll give you my personal testimonial with this product. I've been able to focus like I've never been focused before in my life. I was procrastinating on so many things. Now I'm knocking out tasks that would normally take me a week. I'm doing them within a couple hours in a day. So if just in the terms of productivity, this product is well worth it, and much more. So we can't even get into all the things because we're limited on time. We're already crazy going here. But okay, so the next thing I'm going to go ahead and we're going to talk about the price. So people are wondering obviously what does this cost. So right here, the Clean Slate, these are the drops. Okay, so the Clean Slate is $69 US. These are drops, and they will last you up to 2 months. Okay, so the recommended dosage on this is 10 drops 2 times a day, but you're not going to start off on that. You're going to work your way up. People are starting off at 1 or 2 drops 2 times a day. Okay, every couple of days, every few days, you're going to be going up a drop or 2. We recommend a drop, okay, just because of the safe side, because how strong these are. I was at 6 drops, and I felt the wrath of this product, but I'm not scaring anybody. It's not a negative thing. It was probably the best thing that could happen. But and what I'm gonna say is, what do you call it? Okay, so anyways, it will last you up to about 2 months. So you're gonna work your way up. Start at 2 drops twice a day, 3 drops twice a day, 4 drops twice a day, 5. When you're having these extreme diseases, and I'm not even name them, but we know what extreme diseases mean, things that are life-threatening, you want to work your way up to that 10 drops twice a day, and you're going to start seeing some incredible stuff happen that you've never expected, okay? And that's what I'm going to leave that at. So $69 for the drops, which is extreme value here, okay? Second thing is the Zero-In product. The Zero-In is $79 a month, and believe me, the ingredients that these guys are using, the top-notch ingredients, this is just, and how they're making money, I have no idea. They should be probably pricing this at double if this was just business, and if it was just business to these people, they would have this price, doubled. But because, like they said, they really want to get this out there. They want people to see results. That's why you're getting these. You're getting this price. Even with the ingredients that they're sourcing and the ingredients that are in this, I'm going to leave it at that. But $79 US is what this pretty much is, okay? Then they have, it's called a value pack, which is what everybody gets pretty much, is the most popular. It's the value pack, is both of these products, so you get, which is what you need anyways. So you get the Clean Slate and you get the Zero-In. So the combination of these, which will last you. So you get, just to be clear, you get 60 of these pills from Zero-In, okay? So depending on how you need them, that's how you're going to use them basically. So you can last a month with them, you can last 2 months with them. That's really up to you, how productive you want to be, how you're using them. We recommend 2 times. There's 60 in there, so that's technically a month supply, 2 pills a day, but you use them according to you, like we said, on demand, dopamine on demand. So how good you want to feel, when you want to feel it, that's what you do. So that's the most popular one, okay? The last one, and which is our best value, and this is what we recommend if you're husband wife duo or whatever, family pack is what we call it here, right? It's $259. This is what you're getting the best value out of this. So you're getting 2 of the Clean Slates, and you're getting 2 of the Zero-In here, okay? And that's it. I'm not going to go too much into pricing. That's pretty straightforward. These are bottom line is, go compare this with other stuff. These are inexpensive at the end of the day. So now I'm going to go into the opportunity, and the reason I want to go into the opportunity is 2 reasons. One, yeah, you should be rewarded when you're sharing, what we're doing here as well. We're like, you share your stuff, you should be rewarded. But the second reason is I wanted to put this into this opportunity into this presentation, is because even if no matter where you are, it doesn't matter what country you're sitting in right now, we're in 50 plus countries and it's growing, right? So, if you cannot afford this, if you cannot get your hands on this right away, what you can do is you can register, okay? It's free to register. Set up an account, set up a username, get your affiliate link, start sharing this with people, start sharing this video even, right? But with your link, and you can start accumulating commission, and then you can buy your product in that manner. If the, you know, and this is just one, this is just like, you know, basically one solution we're giving if you're in that position where a lot of people are in, maybe in that position where they cannot afford it, right? So if that's not you, then that's cool. But if it is you, that's one, well, that's one way that you can go ahead and get on this and start sharing and start really becoming a part of the Root brand here. Okay. The second thing I want to get into, so, you know, network marketing and multi-level marketing, you know, this is not a network marketing company. This is not a multi-level marketing company. If we were, we would not be in the amount of countries that we are in. Okay. So we are not part of that type of a layout in the back end. And we are basically just like Amazon is what I like to say. Okay. So Amazon gives you an affiliate link. You share your affiliate link, you get paid a commission. We're the same way, you know, with a little bit of a bonus actually. Not only do you get paid on that end, but you also get some rewards. And all that stuff, you know, if you're really interested in that, it can be found on our YouTube channel. And if you want to go further into this, reach out to me directly. I'll take the time out to really explain to you how this works, okay? And that's that side of things. So, you know, when you want to go and sign up, when you want to get the product, this is the right here, the website, www.therootbrands.com/detox fast. Okay, it's important that you put that /detox fast because you cannot go in and buy this product unless you have a referrer. Okay, so this is my, and you know, just to be very transparent, that /detox fast, that is my personal link, and that's my username, and you know, and that's who you will be getting as a referrer. You'll be getting myself to that, will basically refer you to this product. So you go to the website. If it, you know, if you just go to www.therootbrands.com and you try to sign up, it's going to ask you who is your referrer. So just remember, Detox Fast is your referrer. Type that in, get in. Okay, create your free account, get some more information, and really get on the products. Buy it, try it, link in our community. Okay, and yeah, you know, I mean, other than that, I'm not going to go too sales pitchy here, but the other thing I actually want to go in, and this is something that's really drawing me, you know, even though there may not be too much scientific behind what I'm about to say here, maybe Clayton actually can you know, tell me if I'm right or wrong here, but one of the best things that Clayton told me was how zeolite is actually a crystal, and with crystals, if you set an intention, this will actually, you know, really get going even more. And some people may or may not believe in this stuff, but regardless if you believe in it, we're going to talk about it just for a little bit here. Clayton, you know, talk about that, setting an intention. What is that?
You know, I think that's partially where your experience came from too, right?
That's right, man.
It's like, this is what I want. Well, here's your sign.
Yeah, that's right. Be careful what you wish for, right?
you might get it all quickly. But I think the important part is to understand that we are spiritual beings, right? We are energetic beings, and we are not physical. We are quantum, right? And you know, I've been able to learn a lot over the last couple of years because of what, you know, my wife, you know, Christina, has focused on with the work she's done at Harvard in nanotechnology and bioscience engineering.
Right.
I will tell you this, the level of understanding that some of the top researchers in the world have as far as how our bodies function and how cells communicate. The stuff that you see in sci-fi movies is not based on science fiction. It's based on science fact.
Okay.
And so we are energy, right? That is what we are. We are a big bundle of bioelectrical energy. And you know, if you've seen some of the research done out of Japan on structuring water with prayer, I mean, this is not, you know, mumbo jumbo woo woo stuff. There's science behind this, that with prayer, with intention, you can restructure your environment. You can do it with your body. That's why it's so crucial. But what's really special with Clean Slate is many people understand that crystals act as a storage medium, right? Instead of microchips. And here's where you make this transfer of knowledge and technology. When Intel is making computer chips, and Intel is the leader in the design of computer chips and memory chips and such.
Right.
You know what the primary building block is to make those? Silica.
Wow.
Why? Because of how silica works energetically and what it can do. So what we're able to do, if you get this, when you get your bottle of clean slate, and we do some stuff in the polarization process of the crystal to actually enhance the negative charge and enhance the energetic potential of these crystal fragments and of this silica.
Right.
That if you take the time, and maybe you have your bottle and you're yourself, and you can pray with that bottle. You can put intention into those fragments, that then taking it orally is going to take that intention and take those frequencies throughout your entire body, which there's great benefit to.
Okay.
But one of the beautiful parts is, if you're working with your friends, you can also put intention into their products for them.
Oh, really?
You know, what do you see a ton of today? If someone's diagnosed with cancer, if they have a disease, what do they ask? They're like, pray for me.
Right.
You know, or you tell someone, oh, you know, I heard about, you know, something happened to your family, I'll pray for you. Well, you can do that, and you can put that intention into a bottle. You know,
Okay,
so
that's very important that you mentioned that,
something
Clayton.
that is extremely valuable.
And the reason I think that's very important that you said that is because now somebody may say, well, you know what, the reason it works, that may work, is because, oh, I believe it, and it's because of my mind power. But you just debunked that, because you know what, you just said you can do the same thing and hand that bottle over, and it will have an effect on somebody else. So it's not because they believed it, they may not even know the fact, but because you put that intention in that bottle, it will still be effective.
Correct. And it speaks to twofold, because of going back to the actual structure of the crystals and how the function actually takes place. This is working on multiple facets. It's working on the physical aspect, right? So it's actually binding and trapping and removing physical toxins in your body. But it's also creating the pathways for your body to start doing that. And through the energetic aspects, creates an additional pathway. So, I mean, if we were to go back, we could say, okay, this is one of those secrets, because it really is something that we don't commonly discuss. But if you look at the outcomes that people are getting, and there's been so many phenomenal, you know, conversations, especially about pineal gland function, because the pineal gland is the light center of your brain. And it is crucial for so many different functions, but being the light center, it controls how your body responds to light and daylight and nighttime, which is where melatonin is produced, but it's also the spiritual center of your brain. Right. So if that's calcified, and we won't get into theories, but there's a reason that the Germans, and a little bit before, started putting fluoride in the water.
Right.
And why that's been done since, and why that we've been told to use fluoride toothpaste and use fluoride mouthwashes for kids. It's not due to, oh, it's going to give you better teeth. It's done because it will dumb down the population, so they don't become as energetic. They aren't as bright as we can be. And that's where I think the term is the alternative for intelligence, is to let someone know, oh, you're not very bright. That's where it comes from.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I mean, that's a controversial subject. I mean, we know, and you know, we know intuitively that what the truth is, but you know, we'll kind of let everybody kind of have their own experience with that, because we're not here to really, you know, we're here to obviously shed the truth, but we cannot twist anybody's arms. We can only do so much where you know, you can lead a horse to water, and that's about it. But you know, other than that, I think we had a, you know, jam-packed, incredible presentation here. And I really want to thank you, Thomas, you know, Clayton Thomas. I know you were so busy, and I know you took the time out while you're driving, and you probably did some errands in the meantime. I don't know what you're doing back there, but you know, we made it happen. We made it work, and you know, so once again, I'm going to tell everybody, don't get overwhelmed if you feel like this is too much information. Just take action. Bottom line is, you want to change your life, take action. Go to that site, go buy their products, try them, link back with me, link back to the community, and let's just become one big family, because like Clayton said, that's what we really are. We're one big family, and he treats everybody like that. And I can say that firsthand. You know, I've never been more, I never felt more at home with anybody else, with, you know, with this group of people, and I love it. And he, you know, he's a man of his word, bottom line.
I appreciate it, and we will we'll see what we get, and we'll have some fun doing it.
All right, brother. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and shut her down. Thank you so much. You take care. You enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, we'll do it.
All right. Bye-bye.